Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Welcome to Perfection, the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, we'll find out which one of them has been randomly selected to join me here and play Perfection. They will then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said a Pullman car is a type of railway carriage, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. Now, each usual suspect will play a maximum of 8 games, so they will need to think carefully and strategically about how to play the perfect game and when to come down to help. So you know how the game works, let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi, I'm James. I'm from Nottingham. I'm a research scientist, and this is my first game.
Hi, I'm John. I'm from Northampton. I do event security, and this is my first game.
Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm from East London. I'm a retired medical secretary, and this is my second game.
Hi, I'm Pat. I'm from Seaford in East Sussex. I'm a retired bank official, and this is my 5th game.
Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play Perfection. Pat, it's you. Please come down and join me. Pat, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
Horse riding, you're into horses, yes?
Oh, yes, all my life.
Really?
Yes. Yes, I got my first pony when I was about 10.
And you still ride every day, do you?
Well, don't ride very much now, because I'm a bit old and arthritic and... But, yes.
And recently
But I
took
still
a
look after him.
microlight flight as well.
Oh, yeah, that was scary. That was scary.
Well, I don't think I'd even do it, let alone
I
think it
know.
was...
I can just say don't.
Really?
Yeah. It's it was a motorbike, a lawnmower engine with a couple of seats.
Wow.
And I was just petrified.
I'm not at all surprised. Take any photographs whilst you're up there.
Right, he said to me, take photos. So I had my eyes tight shut, so I was just going like this, my eyes shut.
Anybody good?
Oh, it was dreadful.
Well, listen, we better get on with the game. Pat, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. They're now very much your enemies. Their job is to stop you winning the prize fund, because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. Now, every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the great news for you. Nobody has won the last 8 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £9,000. So, what would you spend the money on?
I think a television. I want a big, big flat screen television.
Do you?
With all the bells and whistles, you know, Wi-Fi.
Surround
Smart,
sound.
yes.
Very nice. You like your films,
So
do you?
that's 9,000, I think.
That's it right there, isn't it, to be fair? All right, well, best of luck. Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects here will have a chance to step in and steal the round, making the final that much harder for you later on. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. So, Pat, each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock, and you'll only have 45 seconds. And once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. You ready?
Fine, yes, I think so, yes.
Then let's play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds start now. Jared Leto won the Best Actress Oscar in 2014. True or false?
False.
False. Danny Cipriani is a famous rugby union player.
True.
True. San Francisco is a city in California.
True.
True. And finally, a semicolon consists of a comma under a dot.
True.
True. And with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. How was that?
Fine.
You sounded very confident. Or
Yes,
determined.
I don't know.
Or
We
decisive.
shall see. We shall... Decisive,
That's
yes,
the thing.
That's it.
Did you decide that you would be decisive? Well, you'd have to if you were decisive, wouldn't you, really?
I try.
Well, look, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Pat's answers. Let's start with Kathy. How do you think she's done?
I think she may have got perfection.
John, can you find anything wrong with these answers?
No. Not really, no. I think she's done very well. I think she may have perfection there.
James, do you agree that she's got these all right?
I do, yes. I think she's got perfection.
Well, according to the usual suspects, you're about to get a full house. Pat, it's the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Pat, you have achieved perfection. Well, that's a cracking good start, isn't it? Should we have a look at those in a bit more detail? So, Jared Leto won the Best Actress Oscar in 2014. You said this was false, and of course it is false. He won Best Supporting Actor for Dallas Buyers Club, not Best Actress. Danny Cipriani is a famous rugby union player. Is that true or false? So you said true, and it is, of course, true. San Francisco is a city in California. You said that's true, and of course it is true. It's over there on the West Coast, and a semicolon consists of a comma under a dot, and you said that was true, and of course it is true. So very well done, Pat. As a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier, and here's how. This is your final board appearing, and these 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with boat race and on to Inception, with many more in between. Now, because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to the board. So which 2 would you like?
I think I'd like The Good Life
The Good Life goes across.
and Queens.
And Queens. OK, well, usual suspects. You didn't get much of a look in there. We'll see you soon in the next round, in fact. Cheerio. Away they go. Pat, now the usual suspects have gone, we can have a chat. They can't hear you now. So,
Right.
Looking at that list, which 2 would you be quite keen to avoid?
Droppings.
Yeah, I can see. Well, yeah.
Fluff.
And fluff. And the next 2 you'll be choosing.
Cockney slang. I don't know, the boat race or Ireland.
Well, you made a great start. You need to do that for 2 more rounds, and you're in with a good chance of winning the final, yes?
Yeah, lovely.
Shall we carry on?
Yeah, great.
All right, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Pitt the Younger was a 20th century UK Prime Minister. True or false?
False.
False. Pussy Galore is a character in Austin Powers.
False.
False. It is illegal to buy Cuban cigars in the UK.
False.
False. And finally, Nottingham Forest have won the European Cup twice.
True.
True, and again, with like a third of your time left, you raced through those in that very decisive manner. Because you knew the answers?
Yeah. No. Definitely not.
Which ones are you worried about?
See, I know they're illegal to buy in America, but I wasn't sure about UK cigars. And D I went for because, well, I needed a true, because I'd had 3
Was that
falses.
really you were thinking? Basically, you had 3 falses and you didn't want 4 falses. All right, we've already revealed whether that tactic worked or not. Let's bring back the usual suspects. So here are the statements, and next to them are Pat's answers. James, what do you think?
I think that 2 of those are perhaps wrong.
Which 2 do you think are wrong?
Well, I've seen Austin Powers, and I think Pussy Galore is a character.
OK.
Actually, I've just changed my mind. I know that's not the one. I think there's 1 wrong, and I think that might be the Cuban cigars.
OK, and if we hang on long enough, will you talk yourself out of that one as well?
Possibly.
John, what do you think?
Yes, I think she's done pretty well again. I know Nottingham Forest have definitely won the European Cup twice.
Kathy, what do you think?
The only one I would have queried would have been D, because I didn't know. Pussy Galore, I knew that was definitely false. I'm not sure.
Do you know what? The truth of the matter is, Pat, that they're really struggling to find anything wrong with these again. Does that mean that you've achieved perfection? It's the moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Pat. You have achieved perfection again. Well, that's the way to play it. Let's go through those answers in a bit more detail, shall we? Pitt the Younger was a 20th century UK Prime Minister. You said false, and of course it is false, because why did you think it was false?
He's 19th century, I think.
18th and 19th century,
18th,
yeah,
19th.
absolutely. Pussy Galore is a character in Austin Powers. True or false? You said false, and it is false. She was in the Bond movie Goldfinger. It is illegal to buy Cuban cigars in the UK. True or false? You said false, and you're right. And you were actually right about the other thing as well. Since the 1960s, it's been illegal in the USA, but not here. So it's perfectly fine to buy them here. And Nottingham Forest have won the European Cup twice, and you said true because you needed a true, and it turned out to be True, just as John said it was. So, Pat, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund of £9,000 a little bit easier. Let's have a look at your final board. Currently occupied by 2 subject categories that were chosen by you, and because you won that second round, you get to choose the next 2 as well. So what do you fancy?
I'll go Ireland,
Ireland goes in, and
the boat race.
the boat race goes in. Well, usual suspects, you haven't had much to do, really. Maybe you'll get a chance for the next round. Off they go again. Well, it's going very well. You must be very pleased.
Yes, I am.
There's not many people manage to get the full sort of 12 out of 12 in the first 3 rounds, but I think you're in with a chance here.
Oh, I hope you're right.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. A UK TV licence costs over £300.
True.
True. Pinot de Rey won the 2014 Grand National.
False.
False. In folklore, vampires can only be killed by silver bullets.
True.
True. And finally, Everyday Robots is a solo album by Damon Albarn.
True.
True. And with time to spare again, you've answered all 4. Is that another perfect round?
No, I don't think so, because they're nearly all guesses.
Are they? All right, well, before we reveal exactly how well you have done, let's bring back the usual suspects. Hello, usual suspects. I wonder whether you're going to get a look in here. Let's start with John this time. What do you think?
I'm sure A is false and B is true.
James?
Folklore one. I thought vampires could also be killed by sunlight and garlic, perhaps.
All right, Kathy?
Well, in folklore, I'm sure they can be killed by a stake through the heart, and I would have thought a TV licence was a lot less than that.
All right, well, let's have a look, shall we? Pat, the moment of truth. Let's see if you have answered all 4 statements perfectly and won the round. Oh, just the 1 out of 4 on this occasion. So you've let the usual suspects in. Can you steal the round? You need to change 3 answers, but which 3?
B is definitely change that from
True.
false to
and
true.
C is definitely false.
I think the only one that's right,
Right,
is
is
D.
D.
Yeah.
So can we change A to false,
A
please?
changes from true to false,
B from false to true,
B from false to true,
and C from true to false.
and C from true to false, leaving D as answered by Pat. OK, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. A UK TV licence costs over £300. Is that true or false? It is, in fact, false. It's actually, in 2014, £145.50. Pinot de Rey won the 2014 Grand National. True or false? Yeah, that one's absolutely true. In folklore, vampires can only be killed by silver bullets. Is that true or false? Yeah, that's false. You're quite right, Kathy. Stake through the heart is quite a popular one. Sunlight, obviously, is another one that can get you. Moving on, Everyday Robots is a solo album by Damon Albarn. True or false? True. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Well, Pat, you thought you might be in for a bit of a problem there, and you're quite right too. The usual suspects have succeeded and stolen round from you, so that means, usual suspects, you have the opportunity to make Pat's chances of winning that prize fund that little bit harder. Let's have a look at the final board. 4 subject categories chosen by Pat there, but now you get the chance to make things a little bit more difficult. So which 2 would you like because you won that round?
UK wrestling, yes.
Possibly.
I mean, Iron Maiden, she probably wouldn't know. I don't know.
Should we go for those 2?
Yeah, OK.
UK wrestling and
Iron Maiden, yeah. That'll stump her.
They're enjoying themselves up there, aren't they, Pat? Yeah. Go on, off you go then. What do you want, Kathy?
Right, UK wrestling.
UK wrestling
and
goes in.
Iron Maiden.
And
please.
Iron Maiden makes up the final category in the final. We now know our 6 final categories. They are The Good Life, Queens, Ireland, Boat Race, UK Wrestling and Iron Maiden. Very well played, usual suspects. We'll switch you off for the final time now. UK Wrestling?
I did used to watch it when I was younger.
So you're in with a chance then, aren't you? And Iron Maiden.
We're a rock group, and that's about all I know.
Well, let's wait and see, shall we? Pat, for £9,000, it's time to play the final. Pat, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £9,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £10,000 on the next game. So, let's play the final round. Pat, here are your final 6 categories. Now, you must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £9,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. Are you ready?
Yes.
Then let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. The Good Life. Richard Briers played Jerry in The Good Life.
No. He played Tom. I think it was Tom. So that's false.
False. Queens. Elizabeth I was the first ruling Queen of England.
No, that's false. It was Mary before Elizabeth.
False. Ireland. Cork is a city in the south of the Republic of Ireland.
Yes, I've been there many times, and that's true.
True. Boat race. Each crew in the university boat race has 12 members.
A bit of counting here. False.
False. You were busy trying to picture it there, weren't you? UK wrestling. Giant Haystack's real name was Dwayne Johnson.
I should know his real name, and I don't remember it being Dwayne Johnson. I'll say false.
False. And finally, Iron Maiden. The rock singer, Bruce Dickinson, is a qualified pilot.
True.
True. And with that, you've answered all 6, and those answers are locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
D, E, F.
So the second half.
Yes.
All right, well, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Pat's answers. Pat, your answers are now locked in and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Pat has done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Pat, who would you like to hear from first?
Kathy.
I think you may have 2 wrong. Can I think about it? Can I
Yeah.
think about it?
You can? Yes, who would you like to hear from next?
John?
I'm unsure about 1, but not confident about it. I'm afraid, Pat, I don't think I'll be willing to come down this time to help.
Okay. James?
There are a couple that I'm not sure about myself, so I think at this time I'm going to let you do it yourself.
So we're back to Kathy, who's the only one that's still possibly considering it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but now I'm having a rethink. To be honest with you, I think I'll let her have a go on her own.
That's very good of you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Well, the usual suspects are unwilling to help, so you are on your own.
Okay.
Pat, £9,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Right, well, let's have a look then, shall we? In fact, before we start, what are you going to spend the money on if you win?
Huge flat screen television.
Is it right? No more travel?
No, just the flat screen
You want to go and
television.
visit like a sister somewhere?
Oh, in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had a spare couple of grand left, I might.
Well,
after
you
the
can get a telly and have a couple of grand left over.
With big televisions. Big.
Sounds like your own private cinema. Maybe if you took a microlight flight all the way across to Oklahoma, but you could afford it that way.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out whether you want any cash at all first, shall we?
Yeah.
Because the ones at the bottom are the ones that you're worried about. Let's start at the top. Richard Briers played Jerry in The Good Life. You said false because you believe he played
Tom.
Tom. So this should turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. Very well done. Richard Briers played Tom Good. You're absolutely right. Let's go on to the next one. Elizabeth I was the first ruling Queen of England. You said this was false because...
Well, there's been others. There was Queen Mary before her.
So this should turn red as well.
Yes.
Is it true or false? It is false. Very well done. For exactly the reasons. So, there are actually a couple of others. Lady Jane Grey,
Yeah.
Queen Matilda as well,
Yeah.
both of whom their reigns were sort of disputed.
Yes.
But nonetheless, you're absolutely right, because her sister Mary was indeed thought to be the first reigning queen.
All right.
Undisputed, that is. Cork is a city in the south of the Republic of Ireland. You said this was true because you've been there.
Yes. My father lived there quite a few years.
That's worked out very nicely, then, hasn't it? So we're expecting this to turn green and get you halfway to the money all on your own. Is it true or false? It's true. Very well done. Very nice city as well, isn't it?
Lovely.
Very beautiful.
Very nice.
Right, so we're now down to the 3 that we were worried about. Each crew in the university boat race has 12 members. Now, you said false in the end. How many do you think it is, just a matter of interest, if it's not 12?
8.
Well, if you're right, this will turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. Very well done. 8 rowers and a Cox. The little guy who sits in the front shouting at them.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. So, well, you're only 2 away now. Giant Haystack's real name was Dwayne Johnson. Now, you said that you thought that you'd probably recognise Giant Haystack's name. You didn't remember it as being Dwayne Johnson. No. So you went with false. If you're right, this will turn red and put you just 1 away from the £9,000. If you're wrong, the money rolls over for the usual suspects and they get to play for £10,000 in the next game. We'd like this to turn red for you. Is it true or false? It's false. Martin Ruan, remember that? Martin Ruan?
No, I don't remember that either.
Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter. You got to it the right way. Dwayne Johnson is The Rock in US wrestling. You ever seen him?
No, but I've heard.
He does this thing with the eyebrow.
Him.
He does this eyebrow thing, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Either way, you've got the right answer there. So you are now just 1 away from £9,000. The rock singer Bruce Dickinson is a qualified pilot. You went for true. Why did you go for true at this stage?
A pure guess.
Really?
Pure guess.
So, you need this to turn green. If it does, you're leaving with £9,000 all on your own, and you're getting a giant flat screen TV.
Wow.
But if you're wrong, of course, 5 out of 6 just isn't good enough, and it rolls over for the usual suspects in the next game. So let's find out, shall we? The rock singer Bruce Dickinson is a qualified pilot. You said true. We need this to turn green. Is it true or false for £9,000? It's true! You have achieved perfection! £9,000. You have achieved perfection.
Yeah.
You must be very proud of yourself.
I am. I'm so pleased. I really am. Really am. I never thought I'd do it. I'm really pleased.
Great news for you, £9,000, which is going to be spent on a giant TV, on which I presume you'll be watching Perfection.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
smart,
surround sound of me.
Everything. Yes.
Sort of terrifying thought. Even my wife wouldn't put up with that. Unfortunately for you, usual suspects, the prize fund has been won, so we reset the total back to £1,000 for our next game. But you have to say, didn't she play well?
Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations, Pat. You have achieved perfection. Let's hear it for Pat, everybody. £9,000 win. It's now time to meet the next usual suspect, hoping to play perfection today. Usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm from Sale, Cheshire, and I'm a sales worker for a silk merchant.
Best of luck to all of you as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. John, it's you. Please come down and join me. John, welcome to the game. I reckon you've got one of the best jobs because you work at one of the great racing circuits, don't you?
That's right, Silverstone. Yes, I've been lucky enough to get involved with the VIP areas and seen some good racing drivers over the time.
So who have you met?
Well, I've met Mark Webber.
He's a nice lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a nice lad, yeah, very relaxed and easygoing and everything. So Jackie Stewart popped in, and Derek Jones, I don't know if you know him from old school.
Yeah, no, he was a big sports car, Le Mans and things like that. He was
that's
a big.
right, it was Le Mans,
I like the racing, so being able to hang around and watch all those races and meet all those drivers would be a fantastic.
Fantastic.
And you share an interest with me in terms of travel as well. There's a particular part of Europe that you're interested in.
Yeah, that's right. The eastern part of Europe, being sort of like Lithuania, Latvia. I've been to Estonia, so I know a bit about that. So just fascinating.
Yeah, there's a whole sort of like wave of countries through there which are really fascinating.
That's right, yeah.
I'd like to get. Never have been to. Have you been to anyone?
I've been to Estonia. I've been to Poland.
But a bit more travel then on the cards if you win some cash.
Yes, that would be nice. Yes.
All right, John.
Yes.
Well, it's now you versus the usual suspects. Best of luck. They were your teammates. They're now your enemies. Every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Now, unfortunately for you, the previous game was won, so the prize fund is reset to £1,000. But then £1,000, be nice to come in, play a game and walk away with £1,000. What will you be spending it on?
I think a holiday would be on the cards. It might get me to an Eastern European destination.
Yeah, well, if
And
you do
bit
a
of
coach
spending
trip, you can
money.
get about 8 of them in for your money, can't you? They're quite good value, those, as far as I
Yeah,
can
they
make
are,
out.
yeah.
All right, well, look, 3 rounds and a final to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything, but as soon as John makes a mistake, you will be back in the game. John, when they're like this, you can talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Right.
Are you
okay.
ready?
I think so, yes.
Then let's get started and play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Alfred the Great fought at the Battle of Hastings. True or false?
True.
True. Johnny Depp appeared in The Fast Show.
I can't remember him doing that. No, I'll say false for that.
False. Richard Dawkins became Archbishop of York in 2014.
False.
False. And finally, and with time to spare, whales can be affected by sunburn.
Never heard it, but it seems it could be true, actually.
So you're going to say
True.
true. Thank you. And good use of the time to have a little think there. How was that?
Very unsure of certainly the first 3.
All right, well, look, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So these were the 4 statements, and next to them are John's answers. Let's start with Kathy, shall we? Have a look at those answers and tell me what he's got wrong.
I think A is wrong. I'm sure Alfred the Great was a lot earlier than the Battle of Hastings.
What do you think, James?
I agree with that. I think A is wrong.
Welcome, Jenny.
Hello.
What do you think?
I've got a feeling that Johnny Depp did appear in The Fast Show. He likes British humour and he's been on various British shows, so I would change that to true.
All right, John, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Just 2 out of 4, certainly not perfection, which means you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Can you steal the round? You need to change 2 answers, but which 2?
The 2 we said.
Shall we say it?
Yeah.
OK. Could we change A from true to false, Nick?
A
please?
from true to false and
B from false to true.
B
please.
from false to true, leaving C and D as answered by John. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Alfred the Great fought at the Battle of Hastings. True or false? Yes, false. In actual fact, Alfred the Great was long before the Battle of Hastings. He was dead and buried before it even started. Johnny Depp appeared in The Fast Show. Is this true or false? Yes, it's true. Very well done, usual suspects. It looks like you've picked the 2 right ones to change, so you know how this is going to go. He was a great fan of the show and came in and did the Suits You Sir sketch. Richard Dawkins became Archbishop of York in 2014. True or false? Yes, that's false. In actual fact, he's a very well-known atheist who's written books about the subject. And whales can be affected by sunburn. True or false? Absolutely true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Well, John, they managed to succeed where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make John's chances of winning the prize fund that little bit harder in the final. Let's have a look, shall we, at the final board. John, this is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options. Starting with comedy, running through Boris Johnson, Dubai, and on to Game of Thrones, with many more in between. Now, because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final harder for you. So choose away, usual suspects.
Any ideas?
Game of Thrones, I have no idea what that is, and possibly he wouldn't know.
Maybe Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones, maybe.
He's travelled a bit.
Travelled a bit,
maybe
so
not
maybe travel.
Dubai. Insects?
Yeah.
Insects in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes?
Yeah, can we have insects, please, Nick?
Insects goes into the final.
And Game of Thrones.
And Game of Thrones. Very well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. You're looking very pleased with yourselves, quite rightly too. It's time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. They were looking very chuffed with themselves, weren't they, about that? Giggling away there about the subject categories. So now that they can't hear you, insects?
Don't know any. Well, I don't know much about them.
What about Game of Thrones?
Nothing about it at all. I haven't even played it. No.
Right.
I'll take it. It's a computer game. Is it game?
I can't say anything either way at this stage, I'm afraid. So looking at that list, which 2 will you be choosing first?
I think Ryder Cup, maybe 1960s pop.
And 2 you're quite keen to avoid?
Boris Johnson, I think, and Ricky Gervais, I think.
All right, John, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds in which to achieve perfection and choose your own categories for the final. Are you ready for the next round?
Yes.
Then let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds start now. Ray Mears is a former colonel in the SAS.
False.
False. Steve Coogan used to provide voices for Spitting Image.
I'm going to go true on that one.
True. Bread sauce is often served with roast chicken.
False.
False. And finally, Princess Anne attended Eton College.
True.
True. And with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all four. Good round or bad round?
There was a couple on reflection that I'm not 100% sure about. I think it's an average round.
You think? All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, time to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the four statements, and next to them are John's answers. James, you can tell us this time, is there anything wrong with those answers?
I know that D is wrong. I think Eton College is an all-boys school.
Jenny, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I think Eton College is an all-boys school, so that's the one I would change.
Kathy?
I would have said that as well, and I'm not sure about B and C, to be honest with you.
They don't think you've done very well there overall,
don't,
do they?
do they?
So,
No.
John, the moment of truth, let's find out exactly how many are correct. Just 2 out of 4. Certainly not perfection. Usual suspects, you have a chance to steal this round. So, which two are you going to change?
Definitely D.
I'm also not too sure about the Steve Coogan for Spitting Image. I think he has provided voices, but I don't think it was for Spitting Image. I think it was possibly too long ago. So I'm.
Shall we do B then?
Yeah.
B and D.
B and D?
Yeah.
Yeah, OK. Yeah, we've agreed, Nick. Can we change B from true to false,
B
please?
changes from true to false.
And D from true to false,
And
too.
D from true to false, leaving A and C as answered by John. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Ray Mears is a former colonel in the SAS. True or false? False, absolutely. In fact, he wasn't in the military. Apparently wanted to go, but failed the eye test. But he obviously does a lot of survival stuff.
Yeah.
That's the connection. Steve Coogan used to provide voices for Spitting Image. This is a key one, isn't it, usual suspects? Is that true or false? It's true. So, usual suspects, you had the chance to steal the round from John, but you failed to achieve perfection. Let's see the rest of the answers, shall we? You might still be able to achieve perfection at home. So, bread sauce is often served with roast chicken. True or false? Yeah, that's true, in actual fact. And Princess Anne attended Eton College. True or false? Yes, that's false. In fact, Princess Anne went to Benenden School in Kent. Usual suspects, had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make John's chances of winning that prize fund in the final a little harder. Let's have a look at the final board. Well, there are 2 subject categories on there chosen by the usual suspects, but John, because neither side won the round, the 2 categories that were due to be chosen will now be carried over to the next round, meaning 4 categories will be on offer, so it'll be a good one to win, usual suspects. But of course, you may not get a look in. You might have missed an opportunity there. We're going to switch you off. We'll see you in round 3. It's a key round, this, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ready to press on?
Yes.
Then let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds start now. My Bookie Wook is a book by Russell Brand.
Yes, I'd say true. That sounds like it.
True. The Hippopotamus is a song by Flanders and Swan.
False for that one.
False. The human tricep muscles are in the arms.
Yes, that's true.
True. And finally, the play One Man, Two Governors is by Oscar Wilde.
I'm going to go true for that one as well.
True. And with that, you've answered all 4. How was that?
That felt a little better, but not 100% sure.
It's difficult to know everything about everything, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is actually, yeah.
All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are John's answers. Has he shut you out this time, Jenny?
I'm certain of 2. The one that I may possibly change is D. I'm not too sure, but I would probably change that to false.
What do you think, Kathy?
I would have changed D and possibly B, but again, I'm not really sure.
Interesting. OK, John, let's find out exactly how many are correct. Just 2 out of 4. And you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. You need to change 2 answers, usual suspects. Which 2?
So I think A and C are right.
Yep.
B and D are probably the two
Yep.
that are wrong.
So we're changing B and D? Yeah, okie dokie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we change B from false to true, Nick,
B
please?
changes from false to true,
And D from true to false.
and D
please.
from true to false, leaving A and C as answered by John. OK, so let's start at the top and find out exactly what the correct answers are. My Bookie Wook is a book by Russell Brand. True or false? Yes, that's true. The Hippopotamus is a song by Flanders and Swan. True or false? Yes, absolutely true. It's the one that goes, mud, mud, glorious mud, nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. Remember that? All right, please yourselves. The human tricep muscles are in the arms. True or false? True, absolutely true. Yes, celebrating already up there, Kathy, because she knows how this has gone. The play One Man, Two Governors is by Oscar Wilde. True or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. It's based on a play by Carlo Goldoni and adapted by Richard Bean. Blank looks all the way across the usual suspects. It doesn't matter, though, because what you did was you found the correct answers, which means the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed, I'm afraid, John, and they've stolen the round. Let's have a look at the final board. First two subject categories on there chosen by the usual suspects, and you get to make it a clean sweep here because you choose the next four as well. That's two that rolled over from the previous round and two from the round you just won. So how are you going to go about it?
Spuds. That's quite specific, isn't it?
I was thinking of warlords.
Yep, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So we do warlords.
Yep.
Yep.
Warlords goes in.
Yeah.
Spuds.
Spuds? Yeah,
Yeah.
Spuds is good.
Spuds goes
is
across.
good.
Two more.
Aviation.
Aviation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aviation.
How about the X-Men?
Yep, that sounds good.
Yeah, so aviation, please.
Aviation goes into the final.
And the X-Men, please.
And X-Men makes up the six. We now know our six final categories. They are insects, Game of Thrones, warlords, spuds, aviation, and X-Men. Don't celebrate yet, usual suspects. You never know how this is going to go. Time to switch you off for the final time. It's time to celebrate up there.
Oh, no.
Well, this would be nice to do very well here, wouldn't it? And just
It would.
prove them wrong. Take the £1,000 home.
Yes.
John, for £1,000, it's time to play the final. John, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving the prize fund of £1,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £2,000 on the next game. Be nice to win this, wouldn't it?
It would.
A little bit of hubris going on up there.
I know, yeah.
A little bit get carried away with themselves.
To rub the noses in it.
It would be. OK, let's play the final round. John, here are your final six categories. Now, you must answer all six statements correctly if you want to win the £1,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. You ready?
Okay.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe this to be true or false. Insects. All millipedes have over 1,000 legs.
Yes, true.
True. Game of Thrones. Charles Dance plays Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones.
I'm going to go false with that one.
False. Warlords. Genghis Khan was born in Japan.
False.
False. Spuds. Champ is an Irish dish made with mashed potatoes.
No, I don't think that's true. I'm going to go false with that one.
False. Aviation. The Wright brothers famously flew around the world.
Yes, that's true.
True.
Yes.
And finally, X-Men. Ian McKellen plays Professor X in the X-Men films.
I believe he does, yeah. Yeah, I'll go true with that.
True, and with that, you've answered all six statements. Worried about any of them?
I'm not sure about any of them,
All right.
to be honest.
John, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. You can now see the final six statements, and next to them are John's answers. John, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. John, who would you like to hear from first?
I think James. I think I'll hear from James first.
I think you possibly have 3, maybe 4 wrong, but the others I don't know the answers to, so I'm afraid, John, I'm not going to come down and help.
And you'd quite like the money to roll over?
That would be an added bonus.
Yeah, yeah. Who would you like to hear from next?
Jenny.
I think the same, actually. I think you've got definitely two or three wrong, but I would like to see the money roll over.
That's fair enough, isn't it? I mean, it was always going to happen.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Kathy, how have you say, please?
I think you've got probably 3 or more wrong, but there's a couple I'm not sure of. So I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Well, look, John, the usual suspects aren't willing to help. You are on your own, £1,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Which one are you most worried about?
C.
Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan.
That's
I
the one
think
that's worrying you, is it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
All right, let's deal with that first. Let's get it out of the way and see how you do. C. Genghis Khan was born in Japan. You said this was false, although you are worried about it. We need this to turn red for you to get you off to a good start. Is it true or false? It is false. Very well done. He was born in what we now call Mongolia.
Right.
All right, let's start at the top there. All millipedes have over 1,000 legs. You said this was true. We need this to turn green. Is it true or false? It's false, I'm afraid. It means that you can't achieve perfection now and you can't take away the £1,000. Can you still achieve perfection at home? Let's have a look at the rest of these statements, shall we? Charles Dance plays Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones. Now, you said this was false, and you also said that you'd never played the game.
No.
Which meant you were up against it to start with, because it's
Yeah.
actually a television drama. But nonetheless, you said false. Is it true or false? Yeah, it's true. Let's move on. Champ is an Irish dish made with mashed potatoes. You said false. Is it true or false? Yeah, sadly, it's true. Made with spring onions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm afraid. The Wright brothers famously flew around the world. Is that true or false? You said true? Yeah, false, I'm afraid. They actually made the first powered flight.
Ah,
But they're
right.
really, I mean, literally right at the start of aviation, the first powered flight, successful powered flight, didn't fly around the world, weren't around long enough to be doing anything.
That's right, I think they just went, that's right.
Very short flight, but the first powered flight.
That's true.
Ian McKellen plays Professor X in the X-Men films. You said this was true. Is it true or false? No, it's false, I'm afraid. He plays Magneto. Professor X is actually played by Sir Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy. He plays the younger Professor X. So I'm afraid it's a pretty disastrous board, really.
It is,
5 out of 6 wrong, and the one that you were most worried about was the one you got right.
Ironic, isn't it, really? You know, is it?
Usual suspects, that's great news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £2,000. John, thanks for playing. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing other than our thanks. Let's hear it, please, for John. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us again next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £2,000. And remember, you saw it in Game 1. We will pay, but only for absolute perfection. See you next time. Bye-bye.